just like I said, so far, we've only looked at this one exact same location. Everything in the last few minutes has been in Hart Plaza. Now, we're going to take a journey to Campus Mars. And Campus Mars, this is Detroit's point of origin. And this is where we're going to do our walking tour today. Hart Plaza at the bottom, and we're going to take this 3-block walk up to Campus Mars up top there. I just want to remind everybody of the little bit of the Freemasonic symbolism we talked about earlier. Some of this symbolism is going to start to come back into play as we make our journey to Mars. And the first memorial you see when you cross the road out of Hart Plaza is this. It's a memorial to Joe Louis, created by Sports Illustrated back in the 1980s. And as you can see, it's Joe Louis' arm and fist hung on this pyramidal contraption upon its own cornerstone. The cornerstone is on the corner of Woodward and Jefferson, by the way. Get another angle of it. I mean, to Freemasons, the symbol of the cornerstone is very important, very important. We'll get back to this in just a sec. Just down the road from this, about a block and a half in front of the Old Mariners Church, is a Freemasonic sculpture of Freemasonic George Washington. And this was a gift from the Detroit Masons back in the 60s. But what I like to point out is I don't think Sports Illustrated and the Masons were getting together on this, really. I mean, anything's possible. But when you look at these two sculptures together, you look down the street, it's identical. When you see pictures of George Washington hanging the cornerstone to the Capitol. Exact same symbolism. And I think, personally, this is probably unconscious symbolism. Just like St. Louis. Sometimes these monuments appear just when the time is right and where it's right. And Detroit Masons have an incredible history. They have the largest Freemasonic temple in the entire world. 1 million square feet. What takes up a whole city block. It's absolutely incredible. And well, a lot of people come to Detroit to meet with these Masons. One in particular was Aleister Crowley. Now, in 1919, Aleister Crowley, well, he was in Egypt. Just like Osama Noguchi, all these guys are in Egypt, and then they worked their way back to Detroit. Well, Crowley's in Egypt, and supposedly receives a download from the god Horus. And Horus says, well, Crowley's supposed to start the new Anna Horus, consider this a spiritual epic, and Crowley takes him up on it. Thinks about it, where's the place to start the new Anna Horus? Well, of course, it's Detroit, Michigan. So Crowley comes and he meets with all the Freemasons, and well, according to the Detroit News, talks went poorly. And Crowley just left town unsuccessful. But I'd like to point out the highest deity in the Lema cosmology, the new Anna Horus, is the goddess Nua. And here in Hart Plaza, we have a Horus the Sun Fountain that resembles the goddess Nua. So could have Crowley have been another guy who recognized this symbolism and the energies right here in Detroit? So like I pointed out, he ain't the only one. We have founding fathers coming here recognizing this symbolism, even laying out the streets with a giant star, maybe increasing this cosmic energy. And we have artists and architects surely tapping into this energy. Freedom fighters, rock stars. I mean, like I said, as one of these people could be out there. But all of these people come and have these incredible experiences. And like I said, especially architects. Spirit of Detroit. To me, this is the epitome of what we were talking about today. You got the green man, the spirit, connecting the stars with humanity. This is exactly what we're trying to do, connect with the stars. And this is another icon of Detroit, the Spirit of Detroit. On the symbol wall behind it, it reads, now the Lord is that Spirit, and where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is liberty. There is liberty. Now I want to show you a couple more. This is done by an artist by the name of Marshall Fredericks, a local Michigan artist. Another one of the sculptures is in Roy Lowe, Star Dreams. A couple ascending to the stars. This sculpture is in Oslo, Norway. The rainbow god placing stars in heaven. And that's what these guys do. They're connected. Washington, D.C., this mythological being expanding universe. Which brings us to the Guardian of Detroit, the Guardian building. Of course, we're sitting in the underworld of as we speak. And this was done by an artist by the name of Wirt Rowland. He designed this building when he was in his mid-20s, along with the Penobscot building across the road. And it's actually nicknamed the Cathedral of Finance, because this building on the outside was designed after a Gothic cathedral. On the inside, it was actually, this is called the Aztec notched arch style. And Wirt Rowland used Aztec symbolism through this entire building. Now, if you look at the back of this picture, that big gateway leading to the banking hall, that's actually supposed to be symbolic of a Christed human, a crucified human, and you walk between his legs through the portal into the banking hall. You get in the banking hall. At the far end of the banking hall, there's this giant picture called Michigan Industries. It was done by artist Ezra Winter, who's actually from my hometown of Traverse City. And what you see is you've got Michigan, the goddess Michigan, holding cornucopias, turned to emerge from a radiant gateway. Above her, the scales of Mount, the serpent climbing up it, and 7 diamond centers climbing up her body, possibly chakras. I mean, incredible symbolism. She's wearing her sandals of peace. Then we move back outside of the Guardian to the Guardian Spire. Well, spires, of course, on churches, they announce the connection to heaven. They're cosmic connection points. This one in particular takes on the form of an 8-pointed star. Now, once again, Freddie Silva points out, the octagon represents the ultimate balance between material and invisible forces. Total balance between material and spiritual, heart and mind, and fully aware, Christed human. It's both the inhalation and the exhalation of the breath of creation. And from this 8-pointed star, in the past, there used to be a fountain. It was called the Rainbow Fountain. And it used to beam the colors of the rainbow into space. Unfortunately, this is no longer with us. If you ever want to take up a fund for Detroit, this is the one thing that I'd really like to see going again, is this Rainbow Fountain on top of the Guardian building. Now, I don't think it's called the Guardian building for nothing. I think it's the Guardian of Stargate Detroit. It's situated halfway between Hart Plaza and Campus Mars, which we are too, finally, at Campus Mars, Detroit's point of origin. You can get an aerial view. You can see Campus Mars up top there. You zoom in, that's the Concord building, and then the green area is a nice park area. And this is the Soldiers and Sailors Monument, or pyramid. This is the very first Civil War monument in North America. And on top of it, we have an allegorical representation of Michigan, or freedom. And she's standing on a star-studded pedestal. And freedom actually looks down. Below freedom is the point of origin star, embedded into the concrete. And the point of origin is where Augustus Woodward, he set up his instruments and he measured the streets in Detroit. 7 mile is 7 miles from this star. 8 mile is 8 miles from this star. And well, last year on our tour, you always learn something during these tours. And last year, when we got to the point of origin, everybody just wanted to stand on it and soak up Detroit's energy. I never contemplated standing on it, but every single person just loves the point of origin. It's as if you can feel Detroit's ancient energy. Now, this is the point of origin symbol. This is out there, literally. This is the science fiction point of origin symbol from Stargate, the science fiction show.